What's going on, brothers? What is going on, man? Ah, are you brothers good? Can you hear me loud and clear? Type one in the chat if the audio is clean, crisp, and concise. I gotta know if that's working properly because we're in for another banger, another expose, another classic where IP just tells the truth and nothing but the goddamn truth. So you gotta let me know in the live stream chat, right? If you can hear me loud and clear. Type a one, please. Who's in the building, man? Are we good? Are we flipping good? How's the audio, brothers? Let me know, man. Let me know, please. Type one in the chat. Man, I got a lot to say. Okay, let me fix this Rumble-ish real quick. Let me see. Why it's not showing me to Rumble? Hold on. Let me fix Rumble. Rumble gang, give me a minute, please. Brothers in YouTube, give me a second, please. All right, let me just fix this Rumble stream right now. Okay? Who's here? Kuma in the building. Who else is here in the chat? Let me know, man. Let me know. It's gonna be a banger. America the beautiful or America the horrible? Oh. I'm just keeping it a buck. As usual. But let me fix this stream right now, okay? So in the meantime, okay, as I fix this Rumble stream, special announcements first. We've got the Python course coming next month where I'll be teaching you brothers Python. You can register your details in the link pinned in the live stream chat and in the comments after the stream, okay? Where I will reach out to you in due course and in due time for all the details needed to sign up for that course, payments, etc., and the schedule, okay? So please wait on that. We'll be teaching that next month in November. So there'll be a banger alongside Fields AWS course. The more brothers in IT, the more power we got, the more success we got. It's going to be amazing, okay? Now, all right. So aside from that, let me just fix this particular issue, okay, on my Rumble. And I see I have some internet connection issues as well. Let me try and fix that, please. Give me a second. But I hope you brothers are good. Hope it's all well. We got 3 more months left until the end of the year. So guess what? It's monk mode. It's progression. It's staying focused. And I want every brother to be on that time as well, okay? Okie dokie. All right, so what is up with Rumble? If it's on their end, I might have to skip the Rumble. If you're on Rumble, you might have to come on YouTube, okay? So, but I'm trying to fix it. Let me see. Give me a second, please. It's funny how when we talk about America or certain things, this, man, I'm telling you, the agenda, man. But the agenda won't win. You won't win, man. The truth will set brothers free. The truth will set the world free. And we're going to get it, man. So if you're here, let me know, man. If you're in Philly, if you're from Philadelphia, right? Type 1 in the chat. Philadelphia. Let me know, man. If you're from Philly, let me know right now, please. Philly gang, what's up, man? What's up, Philly? Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Cheesesteak. Crazy title, right? Okay, I think I've almost fixed the Rumble stream. We're almost there, brothers. Be patient with me. Okay, so Rumble should be fixed. Let me go into that now. Save changes. Okay, awesome. Let's go, all right? Brothers, welcome to a Future Classic live stream. Thank you for your time. Let's get straight into it. But before I do so, I please ask of you to please hit the like button. Show some support throughout tonight. Hit the super chats, please. Support, that'd be greatly appreciated, all right? Black Ronin, you're moving to Australia. How? Well done. But how are you moving out there? Where? Melbourne, Sydney, let us know in the chat. So let's get straight into it, okay? The title of this explosive stream is called A Philly Cheesesteak Didn't Numb the Pain. Exposing Philadelphia, America, Part 2. That's a crazy title. IP, what do you mean by a Philly cheesesteak didn't numb the pain? Well, number one, right? there was one thing I did love about Philadelphia. The cheesesteaks there are banging. However, okay, however amazing those cheesesteaks are, it couldn't patch the horrors and the demons, ghouls, goblins, and monsters that roam the streets. So let's talk about this IP American tour. I first started in New York, and New York was terrible. Okay, as a so-called multicultural city, well, I saw a lot of black failures over there in New York, unfortunately. Homeless black men, bugged out black dudes, black dudes getting no women, lonely black men, if I'm honest with you, disenfranchised black men. I'm gonna keep her a buck. I always keep her a buck, right? So someone told me, IP, you're gonna love Philly. Philly is very black, which I do agree with. A lot of black people there in Philly. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna book my trip to Philly. Okay. So as you know, Philly's in the East Coast, not too far from America. I take the Amtrak train to Philadelphia. I'm expecting to see black excellence, black everything, black people in suits, black people driving big cars, right? Wearing diamond watches, gold chain. And you know what I saw in Philadelphia? I saw a culture and a way of life that is somehow worse than New York. And New York was very, very bad. I thought that's as bad as it can get in New York in America. Well, Philly took that cake. So I'm going to expose what I saw there in Philly. And no wonder we have a good amount of Philadelphia brothers on this channel who are passport bros. Let's break it down, okay? The first thing I saw that really shocked me about Philadelphia was the amount of homeless black men that somehow was even more worse and much more than in New York. A common theme here, homeless black men roaming the streets, bugged out, shaking, on particular substances. There was one scenario where I was in Philly, right? I'm walking down the street. There's a homeless black dude lay down on the floor and he's just shaking, bro. I'm like, what's going on? He's just shaking. I'm like, what the flip's going on, bro? Like, is he ODing or something? Like, he was just shaking, bro. Then he's back to normal. Then he starts shaking again. And that really spooked me because I've never seen anything like that in the UK, bro. Or I've never seen that in the UK in my life. He just started shaking, bro, out of nowhere. And people are just walking past. They're not even batting an eyelid, bro. So that tells me two things. That's either normal in Philly or they just don't care. Me, I stopped to watch him because I thought that this brother was ODing and I was really about to call the cops. I was really about to call the cops. So that set the scene for me. I'm like, okay, wow, there's going to be a trip. So he ends up being okay, but still bugged out. Then I walk further in the city. I just see homeless black dudes walking towards me, walking past me, homeless black dudes walking around on the streets. I'm thinking, why is why do I keep seeing homeless black men everywhere? I saw it in New York and now see it in Philly. It told me one thing: homelessness amongst the black community in America is an issue, a big issue. And it was so sad to see, bro. So sad. So sad. I saw dudes that were running around, but I saw dudes that were clearly out their mind, didn't know where they were going, walking aimlessly, no direction, no purpose. And it made me so flipping sad, bro. So sad. And that ties into my next point. right? A lot of people are on that substance in Philly. They're taking some sort of substances and it's bugging them out. And you know what's funny, right? I look at Philly demographics, okay? Yeah, it's got a high amount of black people there, but it's also a high amount of white people, like Latino people, whatever, whatever. Why don't I see homeless white people on the streets, bro? Why? Homelessness should actually reflect the demographics, right? The demographics of a particular of the city, right? But what I'm seeing is homeless black dudes in every flipping corner, every avenue. So it tells me there's a huge poverty cap and there's a huge divide between rich and poor. And unfortunately, a lot of black people are poor in Philadelphia. So now I start to go to the nicer places of Philly. Bear in mind, this is like central Philly. This is where, where tourists go to. I'm seeing homeless black men, okay? So I go to spots where it's more quieter. And I expect to see middle class black men walking around, dressed up, looking good, looking fresh. You know what I saw? Rich white people, rich Indians, and rich East Asian people, whether they're Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. I didn't even know. I don't know. And they're all on their own separate. They're all like separated from black people, right? They're balling out, living great lives, and black people are suffering in Philadelphia. A common theme I've seen in America, like these non-black people are in their own world. I don't rock with that because I know the history of America, and I know how Black American people have struggled and have suffered for centuries there. You're supposed to be loving Black people in America. You're supposed to be holding your hands out to Black people in America and connecting with them, right? But these other groups of people, Black people, are not on their minds, bro, which is very sad to see. And we know for a fact that Black American people, they built America. That's not how they should be living. That's not how Black American people should be living. So I was angry and sad throughout my time in Philly. I was so angry, bro. I was upset. I was lost as to the lives of black men in this city. And then I look around me, bro. I look at the culture. I look at how people are living. And I didn't. I got that dystopia and purgatory vibe the same way I got it from New York. There isn't no integration in that city, bro. Everyone is segregated. America is a very segregated country. But the media tells us that, oh, it's multicultural, it's a melting pot. Ain't no melting pot in America, bro. Let's stop the cap. 2025, no more capping. America is not a melting pot. Because a melting pot to me is integration. There is no integration in America. People are of their own race living in certain neighborhoods, locked out of different neighborhoods too. And unfortunately, right, all the bad neighborhoods are black filled. What's going on there? So that's a scene right there in Philadelphia, a dystopia and a purgatory. Trust me, you don't want to live there. You don't want to live in Philly. And shout out to Fresh Prince of Bel Air, right? Didn't they kick out the main character for Philly? He went to Bel Air, whatever. I don't blame him, bro. Philly is grimy, bro. Philly is flipping grimy. It's grimy. It's dirty. It's flipping scary in some, in some instances. It's weird. That's not the America America that they show me in the UK. That's not what Hollywood shows me in the UK. When I think of Philly, right, I think about Philadelphia Eagles, cheesesteaks, and yeah, the cheesesteaks were banging, bro. But guess what? The cheesesteaks didn't numb the pain. The cheesesteaks couldn't cover what I saw in America. I saw darkness. I saw goblins. I saw ghouls. I saw demons. I saw snakes. I saw monsters, bro. In fact, I saw hell in Philly. Philly is 5 times worse than New York. And New York is pretty bad. New York is pretty bad. New York spooked me, bro. Then I go to Philly, and somehow Philly took the cake. Somehow Philly has even more goblins, ghouls, monsters, demons, and goddamn flipping devils in that city, man. It's like a flipping scene of The Walking Dead if you watch that TV show. It's like living in zombie land, and you're the only one that has the mentality to know what's happening around you, bro. You're the only one walking through a bunch of zombies. Zombie. You're the only one that knows what's happening. You've got clarity. You have your mental forward capacity. That's how I felt in Philly, bro. I felt so out of place. Do I belong here? In fact, there were some times where I thought, am I dressed too nice? I was getting looks, bro. I got shook. IP shook. IP scared, bro. Right? When I go abroad, brother, right? I'm hardly scared. And I'm a world traveler. I've been around the world. I was scared in Panama, or in Japan, or in Spain, or in Vancouver. But I felt shook. I felt shook in Philly. People looking at me. Because guess what? I think, right, I was so well dressed. I was so well dressed. No one around me was as dressed as me. Some of y'all may say, IP, why you dress so good abroad, bro? Listen, bro, I gotta dress good abroad, bro. I'm a black man. The flip you want me to wear, bro? Hoodies, tag my pants, Timberland boots, red bandana, blue bandana. What? Sean John jeans, bro? Gucci belt, bro? Are you out your goddamn mind, bro? I ain't wearing that. So I came fresh as F. Nice haircut. And people looking at me, bro. They're staring at me. They're watching me. Yo, who that dude right there, man? Who that dude right there, bro? Who that mofo right there? He dressed like a mofo right there, bro. He got a nice chain on, bro. Oh, he got a nice white tee on too, bro. I see you, bro. You move like that, bro. You from here, bro? I felt scared, bro. And guess what? I got the hell out of that situation ASAP, bro. I was in one neighborhood where I don't know how I went there. I was recording some content. I took the wrong turn. I was getting looks. People on their bikes looking at me. Who's this dude, bro? I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of there ASAP. That's how Philly treated me as a brother. Demons, ghouls, goblins, monsters, goddamn devils are roaming that city, man. You can't live there because that kind of environment will keep you insular, locked out from the world, bro. Now, let's talk about Philly people. I didn't like New York people. I mentioned how I got arrogance from them. I got a lot of, I'm better than you attitude from New York people, right? So I'm expecting Philly to have a bit more love for me as a UK brother or as a brother in general. Somehow, right, Philly people are even worse than New York people. Now, Philly people, I got a lot of angry vibes from them. Like, what you talking to me for, bro? Why are you talking to me? A lot of angry energy in Philadelphia. particularly amongst the women. And trust me, I went to the women part there because the women in Philly, I don't know how y'all do it, bro. But overall, the people there in Philly, angry vibes. Not a vibe of arrogance or I'm better than you. It's angry. Why are you talking to me? What you doing around here? Right? The facial expressions, the facial expressions you get from the average conversation from a Philly person, I didn't like it, right? I'll give you one example, right? So I went to a black-owned food spot, okay? And I'm asking to do questions. This is in Philadelphia about his menu because again, I'm new to America. I'm asked about the recipe here, the what's in the food. This guy gives me attitude. Attitude. Yeah, it's that. He didn't ask my questions. He kept it real short. I'm thinking, bro, why are you treating me like this, bro? I'm asking just these simple questions. I'm new to your shop. I'm asking you about the recipe. I even asked him, like, what's your favorite? What's the best thing on your menu that people normally buy? Bro, he said, do you know what he says to me, bro? He says, bro, pick anything, man. Pick what you want. What? There's a lot of angry vibes in that city, bro. I ain't like it. Common interactions with people in Philly, right? It's just not on, bro. What do you mean pick what you want? I asked you what's your best selling menu here? What do you recommend for me as a UK brother? This guy just says pick what you want. I walked out the shop. Don't treat me like that, bro. Don't you dare treat me like that, bro. Don't do it. Don't flip and do it, cuz. I give you respect, right? As a man, pick what you want. Pick what you want. I walked out that ASAP, bro. I went 7-Elevens, got myself a donut, and I called it a day, right? That's the kind of energy you get from Philly, bro. Angry people every flipping time. Especially you go to a museum, you go to a function, you go to a shop. It's just angry energy. Oh, give it to me. Oh, drop the change on the table. Bro, I hardly know you, bro. You don't know me. So why you treat me like that? Why you treat me like that? I didn't get that. I didn't get that vibe in New York. In New York, I got arrogance vibes. Philly, I got angry people vibes. Why are Philly people so angry? And that's across all races of people in Philly. I don't rock with that, right? So I noticed that when I spoke as well, maybe it's my accent, but I got like weird looks, like, whoa, like you from here? Why you sound like that? Like I noticed that, bro. I remember I was in the subway right in Philly, and this guy asked me a question, right, about, hey, bro, like, is this going to the right place? I'm like, I told him, bro, I'm not from Philly, bro. He looked at me weird, like, huh? He looked at me up and down, and he just walked past me. And whenever I spoke in Philadelphia, when they heard my accent, they were like, it's like they couldn't actually fathom that a black British guy exists. They couldn't fathom that a black British man exists. Well, guess what? There's black people in Germany. There's black people in Spain. There's black people in flipping Poland. Black people are everywhere. And I don't like that ignorance. We exist all around the world. There's Caribbean black people, African black people, UK black people, right? It's weird, bro. Weird. So now let me talk about a common theme I'm seeing through the American tour. Okay. Lonely black men. What the hell is going on with our black men? Why are our black men so lonely? Can we please have a conversation? Can we please have a conversation? Please. Lord, can we have a conversation about that, please? In New York, I saw brothers with no chicks, hardly any woman near them. walking around lonely. I saw the same thing in Philadelphia, bro. Lonely black men with no woman next to them, just walking around, bro. But I see white men in Philly with women, right? The very small amount of Asians I saw there, okay, they were with women. Why are black men so lonely in the West nowadays? In Philadelphia, I'm expecting to see black men with a lot of women. Now, I did see black men with women, right? I saw them with black women in most cases, okay? Some of the black women were good looking. A lot of the times they weren't good looking. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm thinking like the ratio, he's an all right brother, style wise, uh, how he dresses, how he comes across. Why is he with a woman like that, bro? So if brothers are not lonely, they're getting low quality women. I saw a lot of low quality women in Philadelphia, and I'll get that very soon, bro. Right? But from a pure dating aspect, brothers weren't putting. I didn't see brothers with women in Philadelphia, and in the same in New York. I didn't see brothers with I didn't see brothers with Latinas, with white women, with Asians. What? With black women in a lot of cases. But Hollywood will tell you that black men are putting all the chicks. Hollywood will show you in the movies that black men are putting all the women. Well, I went to America, right? I saw it. I went to Philly. I didn't see that happening, bruv. I didn't see New York too. What's going on with our brothers in America? Brothers ain't putting women, bro. Brothers in Philly are not getting chicks. Lonely black men is a pandemic at this point in time. Just like I go out in the night in Philly, right? Check out the bar scene, the club scene, and brothers are just walking by themselves, no woman. But a white man's got woman next to him. The Latino man's got woman next to him. What's going on? So it tells me that dating as a black man in Philly may be hell. May very much be hell, bro. Dating as a black man in Philadelphia must very much be hell. Now, some of you in the chat are saying as to how Philly men refuse to date out. How about we talk about Philadelphia women? I got a lot to say about Philadelphia women. Oh my goodness, bro. I'll keep it a buck. I hardly saw any attractive woman in Philadelphia, and I was across all races. Keeping it a buck. I hardly saw attractive woman in Philadelphia across all races. In fact, looks wise, pound for pound, when I compare New York to Philadelphia, New York women look better than Philadelphia woman. That place is ghetto. Oh my goodness, bro. Like, and a lot of the women there across all races sound like men. They sound like men. I don't know if it's me bugging out, but the Philly accent, right, on the woman is very rough, very gritty. Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. I'll chill with you. I'll chill with you. I'll chill with you. Yeah. I'm feeling up to chill with you. It's very weird. I'm like, why do these women sound like that? How can a guy date a woman that sounds like this, bro? Like literally, a lot of the female Philly accents they sound like dudes, and I was so perplexed. Why is their voices so deep, so masculine, right? And when I spoke to Philly woman, right, I got masculine energy vibes from Philly woman. I got masculine I got masculine vibes from Philly woman, bro. I'm like, how do brothers deal with this? How do brothers deal with this? Now, some of y'all would say Philly has, you know, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, but I didn't see them with black dudes. I'll keep it buck. In fact, this I wanted to completely dead this sort of, oh, black men, Latina women are together in America, they belong to each other. That's BS, bro. Tonight we are dead in that BS, bro. In New York, I didn't see Latinas with black men. I hardly saw it. In Philadelphia, where y'all saying there's Dominicans, where y'all say there's Puerto Ricans out there in Philly, they were not with black men, bro. Latina women, right, are not checking for brothers in Philadelphia or in New York. Now, carrying on with the Philadelphia woman issue, right? Philadelphia women, right, were just so out of place, out of touch. It put me off American women. It really did. It really put me off American women. I see why a lot of you dudes are passport bros who live in America. Philly women have a masculine energy, a masculine vibe. A lot of them sound like dudes. I didn't sense any femininity from the average Philly woman. They got strong masculine energy, bro. How do you brothers do it? I'm just keeping it a buck. The accent, even like the way they dress, it's not feminine, right? It's not feminine. Baggy pants or baggy trousers, baggy pants, whatever you call it in America, is baggy. I saw a woman with a lot of tattoos in Philly, woman wearing bonnets, women that clearly didn't care how they were perceived when they went outside for shopping or going out. Now, when I go out, I'm dressing good. I'm dressing well. I don't care wherever I go. I gotta be presentable. A lot of Philly women did not dress in a presentable way. Philly women are worse than New York women. At least in Manhattan, you get women that dress very nice in the nightlife. I didn't see that in Philly. Philly, it was half ASSED. Yo, Philly dudes are really going through it. Philly dudes are really going through it. Imagine growing up and living in that kind of society, man. Imagine. Can you imagine growing up and living in that type of society where your woman behave like that? They look like that. And oh man, the behaviors of Philly women, loud, very loud, masculine when they speak. I'm looking around like, what's going on here? Like, yo, why is she speaking so loud? What's going on here? That's not a feminine trait. Bros, bros, bros. Yeah, it's really bad in Philly. It's really bad in Philly. If you had to pick between a New York woman and a Philly woman, I'm picking the New York woman easily. Philly women are just not it. Not it. Not it. Again, I hardly saw any attractive Philly woman. That's wild. In a city of 1.5 million people, I hardly attractive woman. That tells you all, bro. That tells you all. How can any man live in Philadelphia? How? So I got intel on one more city that I'll be dropping content on next week. Okay. Would that city be better than these two cities? Wait and find out. But this is my review of Philadelphia. Okay. That city is a no-go. Absolutely not. If someone offered you 500,000 a job to live in Philadelphia, don't take it. Don't take it. And they tell you you gotta be here for 2 years in Philadelphia and work for our company. We'll pay you $500,000. Don't do it. It's hell in Philly. It's hell in Philly. Let me open up the phone lines, right? Okay. So if you want to call in. Okay, the phone lines are open. If you're from Philly, if you agree, if you disagree, if you want to debate, please. That's fact. The only thing good about Philadelphia are the cheesecakes. Sorry, the only thing good about Philadelphia are the cheesesteaks. That's the only thing that you should be going to Philadelphia for. Nothing else. That is the only time you want to go to Philadelphia for the amazing cheesesteaks. And even that didn't even numb the pain, bro. That didn't numb what I saw in Philadelphia. That didn't make the trip better in Philadelphia. It didn't. It was that bad in Philadelphia, bro. Philly is not the one. Philly has to be avoided, bro. No. If you're currently in Philadelphia, leave that city tomorrow. Sell your stuff, sell your car, and get out of Philadelphia. Man, it's America is worse than that. It's worse than what you brothers say. And it's funny because I thought the East Coast would be the most progressive area in America. No, it's not. Segregation. The Latinas there do not want to be around black men. Tonight, we are destroying that narrative that Latina women in America love black men. They don't. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop lying to yourselves. They don't. Latina women in America want nothing to do with black men. They don't. I'm sorry. I was expecting to see in Philadelphia and New York a bunch of black male and Latina female couples all over the place. The way y'all hype it up on social media, on the internet. Oh, these Latinas, they're for us. They love us, right? Blah, blah, blah. Latinas, Dominican, Puerto Rican, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. It's not happening. That's why that brothers, like, honestly, the Asian women, they weren't checking for brothers in New York or in Philadelphia. Okay. The what's it called? The top-notch black woman in Philadelphia, right? I didn't see much, right? Did I see that? I don't know, man. I didn't really see like a high-class black woman, right? I didn't really see it in Philadelphia. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at, bruh? Let me bring in T Mac in the building, man. T Mac in the cut. It's gonna be a classic live stream, man. If you agree, disagree, call in, bro. It's an open calling show. We don't cap here. Again, this is my personal experience. So please feel free to call in, and chime in. Let me bring in T Mac, man. It's Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return. Let me bring you in, bro. T Mac, what you doing, bro? You good, brother?
I'm good. I just wanted to put on my camera real quick because I know you have that rule where you have to
Yep.
cam up.
I saw you,
So,
brother. You're confirmed, brother. You're all good.
all right. So one time it was New Year's Day, right? So I was going to a gym near Philly called Fusion Gym. They have like around three of them there. So I was working out, right? And then you know how backpacks have like that little like that shoelace or whatever, that like the end piece.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? So I accidentally stepped on the guy's like the end piece of a backpack, and this YN from Philly was like looking at me crazy. He's like looking like he's ready to fight in a gym. I'm just like, bro, it's not that deep. He's like, yo. I just pretend I didn't hear him because I was just like, nah, I don't want any problems. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I mean, the cheesesteaks are good, like what you're saying, but it's I don't know. I got them like Philly, just like I don't know. It's not the best place to be honest.
Wow. Brother, I know in America you got these terms, but that YN term, let's avoid saying that to these brothers. But we know who you're referring to. Just call them like just call these people like people who let's say non-high value brothers. All right, because
Yeah.
yeah, that so yeah, just clarify. But it's all good, brother. So yeah, brother, like want to start a fight, but again, it's the angry people vibe, brother. I was talking about like angry, wanted to start something, wanted to fight or shout about something. That's why I felt there in Philly, brother. Brother, you agree with that, right, T Mac?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like yeah, they're not like the most welcoming people. Like there's a mall near me. Like there's a girl who was studying from Philly, and I was helping her. I was like, "Yo, this." She's like, "Oh, you know where the Apple store is?" And then I helped her, and she even said thank you. I'm like, "Why are you so like?" I literally went out of my way to help this person, and then she was just like, "Nah, I'm good off that." It was crazy to me.
There you go, man. You see, like I wouldn't lie to you, brothers, man. Again, my experience is being confirmed by another brother, right? Who are you from Philly, brother, right?
I'm from Jersey, but see, we're in between both like New York City and Philly. So yeah.
There you go, man. There you go. Brother, so anything else you agree with me or disagree with? What about Philly woman? Because I thought they were very masculine, brother. Very manly, the voice tone, the voice phonetics. I'm like, why do they sound like men? I don't know if that was me or maybe I'm going too far, but do you agree or disagree, bro?
I would say I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, but there was one from college, and she did kind of have a little bit of a masculine tone, if I'm being honest. But that's one person. But since you're there and you're like visiting, I guess that can confirm what you're saying.
There you go, man. Seem like anything else you want to chime on, bro?
Nah. I just want to say I'm a fan of the channel. Keep going.
Thank you, brother. Stay on the line, T Mac. I'm gonna bring you in a minute. Stay there,
Okay.
bro. Let me, Jughead. You're confirmed, brother. Can I bring you in, bro? Give me a thumbs up. You good? Okay, awesome, bro. You got your camera on. Is that okay? You want to turn it off? Brother, leave your camera on. Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up, brother. Camera on or thumbs up or camera off? Thumbs up. Okay. Let me bring in Jughead in the background. Okay, brother, you good?
Hey, how you doing, bro? I'm coming through clearly.
You are, brother. You good?
Oh no. Oh great, yeah. And the guest, I didn't guess them from New Jersey. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm happy, man. I'm a bit upset because I should be in Toronto this evening. I hold a book from Toronto out of Vancouver. It started on Sunday, but I missed it with my left eye. I had a minor operation, so I couldn't fly. So I'm a bit upset, man. I should be in Toronto right now, man. The big T, but I'll postpone the holiday till next March. So it's only like 4 months away. 5 months away. So yeah, so I'm a bit annoyed. I should be in Toronto right now, man, doing a Toronto review, and Vancouver. And I should be in Vancouver for 2 weeks, but it's been postponed now. So yeah, but America. I've been to America once. I've been to San Diego 10 years ago. That's California. People are friendly, but I live in the East Coast yet. And what you said, I don't intend to. What you said, IP, I don't intend to.
Brother, I hope the surgery went well, brother. But you're saying that San Diego West Coast, they treat you well there in San Diego.
Oh yeah, they're very friendly. Good because of the weather. Weather's fantastic. Well, apparently, it's the best weather in America. It's mid 70s all the year round. No extremes. So it's mid 70s all the year round. Great beaches. I could live there. I mean, there's no culture, no theatres, no festivals, no museums, but people there are friendly. But that's California though. America's it's big. It's different. It's all over. You got Midwest, you got California, East Coast. It's all different. So even though I love California, the East Coast could be different. What you said, it probably would be different.
Facts, bro.
I've not touched again, mate, even for a visit, man.
Yeah, I definitely. I think San Diego. I need to visit that place because I'm hearing that's just different for brothers. It's great for brothers. It's put on the channel as well. So I think San Diego is definitely a spot I need to hit up as well in the future. I'm hearing Houston. I'm hearing New Orleans. I'm hearing Seattle. I just thought East Coast would be the best place for brothers, if I'm honest with you, and it's really let me down so far. But I got one more city that I'm going to give you intel on. Does that save the day? Wait and see. Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you for that, Jughead.
You're welcome. Any welcome, man. Any intel I'll give to you, my brothers as well. I'm here to help. We're here to facilitate with each other, help each other. You know, we need a black brother. What you said upset me because about not I'm not surprised because we're at the bottom of the food chain. When we get deleted on camera, no one feels sorry for us. You know, not on that the police help our deleters. When we get look at Jordan Penny, brother last week that was done on Subway by Daniel. Sorry, Jordan Neely, that was deleted by Daniel Penny. Please let him go. That's America for you. You know, well, if they do it to a dog, you'd be arrested for animal cruelty. But this is a black man. You please say on your way, go home. So I'm not surprised. We're not seeing the bottom of barrel of IP. Hence why we need a black brotherhood. We need a black brotherhood, man. So we have each other's backs economically, culturally, socially, psychologically. You know, we need a black brotherhood globally. No one's got our backs. No one. Even our sisters, no one's got our backs. IP.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. You know what? It's funny. So the brother says here, black people are down in the United States because they don't do the right things to get up. I disagree, bro. I'm sorry. I disagree with that. I disagree. From what I see in America, right? I believe that black men are being held down in America because how is you have so many homeless black men, bro? Like, what's going on there? Like, to me, that's systemic. It's not about they don't do the right things. Look at all the black men taking the IT course that me and Theo provide. Look at all the black American men that reach out to me. Hey, I want to do better. I want to do better things. Help me IP, and I've helped them out. They do the right things, brother. But if there's a system, right? If there's a system that is there to oppress you, it's gonna work, bro. And in New York, I felt there was a racial system there holding black men down from the top jobs, right? Right, from from getting good jobs, great jobs. There's a system there, bro. I'll keep it a buck. Let's stop with these talking points that black men don't do this, they don't work hard. They do work hard. We do work hard, bro. Let me bring in Javion in the back. Javion, are you good, brother? Give me a thumbs up, brother? Can I bring you on with your camera on? Is that okay? Thumbs up or camera off? Camera off? Okay, awesome, brother. Let me bring in Javion in the background. What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah, that's good. It was good. So I can speak on this because I was born in New York City. I lived in New York City like almost all my life. I also went to college in Philadelphia. So like I've been there like a lot. All right, let me tell you this. All right. The Northeast and big cities are some of the most racist places in the United States, and it's crazy. And like no one ever talks about it. And New York City is very segregated, like super segregated. Like there's certain parts of the city where like white people show up, everyone's looking at them because it's like, why are you here? Like you've never been here before. And it's like as more and more like black people get pushed out of like these cities, right? And then white people are just taking it over and like making it theirs. And like this thing about black men not getting like women is like so true. And like they push this narrative that black men are like stealing all our women to get other races of men riled up and get them to hate more on black men, right? And it just feeds like this propaganda, right? Like black men are the most oppressed people in America. And everyone who refuses to recognize that is just like an op to me, to you, to like all of us, bro. Like it's crazy, man. Like I just have so many stories, man. Just like it's crazy out here, man.
Brother, please, we want to hear these stories because, brother, you are hitting it dead on the money, brother. Like in terms of like number one, let's look at the dating part, right? Where there's some sort of propaganda that black men are just number one, taking all the women, particularly white women, all that stuff. It's BS. It's absolute BS, right? And anyone that's pushing that propaganda is a goddamn devil. That is not true from what I saw in America. It's lonely black men, left, right, forward, center. It's white men that are doing the best with women in America, and then Asian dudes. I'll keep it a buck. And we have an American here that can confirm that with me. I know I'm not going crazy. I know I'm not going crazy. I know I'm not. It's also a problem here in the UK as well. Lonely black men, left, right, forward, effing center. And that point about him saying that, black men are the most oppressed, without a doubt, yes. Not women. Right. No other culture is black men specifically. Right? As to, I've always wondered, right, why, like in the UK, you get like foreign people who come to the UK and they treat me and other brothers funny because their first introduction to black men, imagine going to America, right? And your first introduction to black men is just homeless black dudes all over the place, shaking on the streets, because I don't know if they're ODing or whatever, if it's a mental issue, whatever, homeless, blah, blah, blah. That's all you see throughout your trip. Then you come to UK, you're probably expecting to think that black men are like that, behave like that. The image stuff is crazy as well, bro. Bad image. Javion, can we talk about this Latina issue, please? Because you're in America, went to school in Philly, grew up in New York, right? Can you confirm to me that Latina women are not checking for black men in America? Let's dead that narrative. So bros can get their passport and go to Colombia, Brazil, and get the Latina woman over there. Break it down for me, bro.
All right, so like when you say Latina, right, is like what type of Latina are you talking about, right? Because all right, so I grew up in New York City, right? Like there's hella Latinas here, and like you do see it sometimes, right? But is it a Latina hood rat, or is it like like someone that's like gonna be a nice lady? And a lot of the times when Latinos want a black man in America, they're chasing that hood rat lifestyle. So they want a black guy who's going to be he's going to be like that thug, that guy in the streets, that guy who's got it, right? And for somebody like me who is more so like I'm a corporate guy, I'm not in the streets. If you're not that for them, yeah, they don't want you. So I think it depends more if you fit a certain stereotype, to be honest.
There you go. Like the top-notch, high-class Latina women are not checking for brothers. They're not. I keep it a buck. Now, do you want a ratchet Latina woman, which I didn't even see that as well with brothers, but do you want that, or do you want Latina from Brazil or Colombia? You gotta get your passport, man. I think it is over for us in the West. It's over. When I was in America, right? There's a movie called K-pop Demon Hunters, and there's a soundtrack to that movie that is everywhere in America, and a lot of women of all races were singing that song, the soundtrack. Rap music ain't popping no more, bro. Black culture ain't popping no more, bro. It's over. The West belongs to white and Asian men. I'm just keeping a buck. That's the truth. America belongs to white and Asian men now. The women are going towards those two men in crazy numbers. Even black women, bro. I'm keeping a buck.
May I jump in, May I jump in, please?
Please.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll be polite. I'll be civil. It's your platform. I'll be bossy. It's your platform. Yeah. Because what is it, but reason why? Because as I mentioned before, about super chats. I mentioned before, those men have nations behind them. White men have Europe, Australia, Canada, US, and then Tasmania. Asians have Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan, South Korea, China, mega powers. What does the black man have? We've not done our job. So hence why women are attracted to power, IP, and prosperity. That's what they're attracted to. When they see white man, that's what they see. The white man could be a scroungy, low life, schooling like Nick, for instance. He's a scrawny, £8 low life, but he comes from a group of pen that have power, that have resources. Same with a Chinese man. Black man could be a strapping 6'5", 28 pound full of muscles, dark, strong, ebony warrior, but when they see us as a collective, they see weakness, disunity, and poverty. That's what they see. Your individual could be a 10 PhDs, you could have prosperity, but your group is poor. That's what attracts women. They're attracted to power and prosperity. Hence why a white man, Asian man, has more success. They're not better than us. Attractive words or physical prowess, no way. But they get the breaks. Why? Because they have things behind them of substance, power of nations. It's as simple as that, man. It's not complicated.
Damn, there you go. Thank you for that, Jughead. Shout out to Big Rats for the support. IP, US equals the land of great evil. LOL, we out. Facts, bro. Facts. And Jughead, you're right there, brother. You're absolutely right. Hit the money right there. It's over for us in the West, man. We've reached a point of no return. Let me bring in Quackwatch in the background. Okay, let's go, brother. I bring you in. You confirm, brother. I'm bringing you in right now. Mr. Quackwatch, how you doing, brother? You good?
I'm doing well, IP. Hello, guys. I know you guys were talking about Philly, so I was in Philly recently, back in this over the New Year's, and I can definitely. I don't like. I just think that whole area, that East Coast area, is just a doggy dog area. It's very tense. I mean, you can feel it in the air, man. Um, unless like you are in like a small subset of people that are, you're with, and it's really just kind of, it's not an area you want to really like check for chicks, and it's just really heated, and I can't blame them for it, because you've got all the high violence, you've got people at each other's throat, and like one guy said, it's very segregated. I would say, like, in the South Gulf, in the Gulf Coast, the Gulf Coast states, the people are fairly friendly, and even the black people there tend to be fairly down to earth. Especially like if you're dressed right. There's this thing called like the Southern gentleman, and you being from the UK and you have that accent and you're dressed, they will respect you for that. That goes by really far there, because in the South, people were brought up that manners and respect is how you carry, the way you carry yourself, not so much about your status and ego. And that there's definitely this difference, because there are lots of people from the East Coast who have moved to Florida, Texas, Georgia. It's like, and they're saying it is just, they feel free because the people are a lot nicer. But with respect to like just women in general, particularly black women in America, by far on average, they're not checking at all. I mean, they're very stuck up, entitled. That's the unfortunate thing. And to some of the other guys' points, when you're saying, that whites and Asian men, have power from an economic standpoint, geopolitical standpoint, I would definitely agree with that. But I would say, particularly in the States, they're no different, maybe even worse, because I mean, I was at this one particular establishment in Florida, won't name the city, but I saw the guys walking in with their girlfriends. The guys, and these were like white guys, or Hispanic guys. They were dressed proper, like regular guys, just like dressed like they just got out of their bed. Their girlfriends are like dressed down to the nines, and they're dancing with the other girlfriends. The guys are just sitting and watching. Like, this is definitely, as you said, IP. This is very much toxic area here in the West, and especially in America. I mean, when did you ever think that you have a girlfriend and you don't even, and she doesn't even like dress to match with you, and and she doesn't even want to sit down with you. You're watching her dance with her girlfriends doing who knows what on the dance floor, and you just have to sit there and take it. And the guy sits there and take it. It's like, I don't want to say the word, but you know, they're far from being men of power. It's like their ladies have them on leashes. And so, as you said, it's really important for brothers to get with women that are going to check them and be on their program. It's more likely they're going to get that with a woman that's out of the West, and not definitely not in America. I mean, I will say it's not impossible, but it's like less than 2% of women who actually will be on your program. The other percentage of them are married. But that's a small. Like, why would you want to work that hard to get only like less than 2% of the available women that would be on your program? It's just not worth the work. I mean, I've talked with women, in other countries, especially like in Southeast Asian countries, and you don't really have to do much but be a man, and they like brothers, because when you stand on business, they respect that. It's like over here in the States and where you're at in the UK, you tell a woman and you stand on business about things. Oh, you're a misogynist. It's so yeah, like everyone in the panel said, man. Uh, yeah, it's a wrap out here in the West, man. It's unfortunate, but yeah, you're better off getting your passport and going out the country.
Amazing comment there, Quack. Facts, Duck. Absolute facts, bro. And welcome back, brother. Hope you you're speaking facts there, brother. Absolute facts. Ninja, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know a troll? You can turn it off after. Yeah, turn your camera off. Let me bring a Ninja in the background. What's going on, bro? You good?
Hey, what's up, IP? I'm doing okay. I just wanted to say, like, in New York and Philly, especially in Philly, I've seen some black men with woman, like other woman, non-black woman, some of them, and they be in college or something, it's man, and the woman here is terrible. What the brother was saying, they terrible and everything. I even know this Blasian chick who I talked to online. She recently, on TikTok. She was saying how she was black dudes didn't want her, college and everything, and she's rare. She said black dudes didn't want her, so she said she'd been with when she's in college, a Puerto Rican guy, then 2 black guys. Now she's with a white dude now because she said that she got treated wrong by her ex black boyfriend and everything, and she was rare. She said that her ex black boyfriend, well, she was saying this in general that he didn't care about her. Because she was saying that it's not about money with her because she's a church girl, Christian, is Blasian chick, black and Japanese. She said it's not about money. He didn't care about her. He didn't really care about all she had, but this white dude she's with now cares about her. It's not about money with her. Like, yeah, right. Come on, man.
There you go, man. There you absolutely go. Thank you for your insight there, Ninja. Shout out to Mr. Mr. Darius Chambers for the support. Should have spent 2 weeks in New Orleans. Very friendly culture there on Frenchman Street and Bourbon Street. Anyone on the panel been to New Orleans? Because these brothers have been telling me for a minute now, go New Orleans. Anyone been there? Is that good for brothers?
Yeah.
I have mixed opinions on that, but I'm from that particular area of the country, so New Orleans is definitely a good hub. But here's the thing: I recently drove into New Orleans, into the French Quarters, and I saw a lot of Portland, like Oregon people. I saw a lot of particular types of people that you would normally see on the East Coast out there, and a lot of sort of, I ain't gonna say the name of the people, but you know what I mean. Like they're alphabetized, all right, and they are packing out there. Like since Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans has been heavily gentrified. Now outside of New Orleans, there are some spots in that area of Louisiana, southern Louisiana, where you're gonna meet some really down to earth people and women. But New Orleans, I mean, it's a good hub, but there are other spots. It's just there are more people from the East Coast that you left from that are there, and there are even people from like Oregon, the type of people that there are the special snowflake types. So I say tread carefully if you're going to be in New Orleans. New Orleans is kind of like an anomaly in the South. I would not recommend as a first place. You're better off going to maybe somewhere like in maybe Tampa, Florida, or Orlando. I don't know. New Orleans, not really. It's a hot zone, very very hot. It's just like Philly, very very hot. So I would not recommend New Orleans.
Okay, T Mac, you been there, bro? You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I've been there. I went there on vacation. The food there is really good. Again, the other guy had more experience because he's like he's from there. But I would say, like some of the women there, I found them to be pretty. You know what I'm saying? And there's like there's a few things to do. It's not like it's like it's nice to pass through. I wouldn't say like dwell there type shit. Oh, sorry. Um, dwell there too long. It's like nice to visit.
Yeah, it's a nice place to go and visit. I mean, like I said, like especially like the French Quarter, Bourbon Street. If you're going during the time of the parades, I mean, you can. It's a nice time to go there, but you don't want to be out too late because there's always things that pop off at night. And I'm not talking about firecrackers. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, like the women are like, and your food is amazing. But there are smaller towns east or west of New Orleans, and you'll find women there that'll be checking for you. But still, again, you're better off getting out of the country. A woman that's more going to be palpable to what you want. IP, just keeping it real.
Okay. Dartmouth says the host is actually on a state in Philly. It's much more decrepit than you can imagine. Philly is grimy. Philly is just ugh. That's what I'm saying. It's a city. That's how I leave it as that. Horrible place. Horrible place. Don't know how anyone can live there. It's bruv. I'm limiting. Like America is. It may be the top economy. It may be a top economy in the world, America, but the way our brothers are living out there is so sad, man. So sad. Like Black American men are really suffering there in America. Horrible. Can't believe it, man. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
Yeah, IP. So it's bad history, though. IP. I mean, I'm familiar with American history. Philly has very bad history. Back in the 70s, there's a man called Frank Rizzo, Italian American. The American brothers will vouch for this. Is a hardcore fascist. Donald Trump look like Frank Bernasconi. He's named Frank Rizzo. Look at IP. Frank Rizzo. He's made in the 70s, 80s. He really brutalized American blacks in Philly. So a lot of bad energy there, IP. Philly's a lot of bad energy, bro. The place is a spiritual enema. A lot of bad history in Philly. Check him out, IP. Frank Rizzo.
Yeah.
Frank Lasser, RIZZO. He's made Italian American. He made in the late 70s, early 80s. The guy was brutal. He brutalized blacks. He's really brutal, very evil man. He's made of
I'm looking up.
Philly in the 70s, 80s. Frank
A
Rizzo,
former police commissioner.
very evil.
Yeah,
man.
but you said that. Yeah, brother. I'm reading right now. Frank Rizzo, former police commissioner, for what he alleged was systemic racial bias and police brutality. I'm telling you, the legacy of slavery, racism. I'm seeing it in America. Honestly, it's really deep. Theo was right. If you're here, Theo, let me know in the chat. But the legacy of slavery is still affecting Black American men. What can we do? What can we do to elevate Black American men to make them successful, prosperous, and live and live life on their terms? I want that for Black American men. I really do. Y'all Black, I'm Black, and I want the best for Black men wherever you are around the world. So I know we're doing our own things here with the IT stuff. However, I'm thinking bigger than that. I want more for Black men. you know, and it's just so sad to see how black men are living in that country. So sad, bro. Never seen so many homeless black men in my life. So many black men that are just doped out, keeping it PG. The one part where I saw that brother shaking on the street, bro, on the floor. I just stopped to, I'm like, what's happening here? I'm looking around, people walking past him that they didn't even care. I was almost about to call the police. Like, yo, this guy might be ODing or something happened to him here. No one really cared, bro. That basically summed up the story. No one cares about Black American men. Well, guess what? If you're a Black American man, type a 1 in the chat. Because on this channel, this is your home, bro. This is your home. Please come back, watch the videos, join our IT courses, join our groups, Discord, Facebook, Reddit. We got groups for y'all, man. We're here for y'all. If you're a Black American man, you ain't gonna be alone in life, man. I made this channel for y'all. I made this channel for brothers. I know what we're going through. I know what we're going through as a collective of black men all around the world. This is your home. This is your home, bro. I know what you're going through, bro. You're going through hell, and nobody cares about y'all. Your own woman don't even care about you guys. I didn't see a unity between. Actually, I did say in one city, I'd say so, which I will talk about in the next video, right? But in New York and Philly, there wasn't no black male and black female unity. I didn't see that, bro. I didn't see it. And I genuinely believe that as more white men start dating black women are gonna leave black men. And I know that's a crazy statement, but we've lost our women as well, bro. That support from BWs, our women is dwindling.
IP, you're so correct, IP. So to keep interjecting, I'll keep coming with my big mouth. IP, you're 20% correct. Let me tell you something which will shock you and the panel. One said it's very critical, but it's the truth. In America, right, the population of America is 30% of blacks, okay? They should be 45%, 40%. You know why they're not? Abortion. In America, 4 out of 5 black babies deleted are black baby boy males. You hear that, IP? I'll say that again.
Brother, I meet you there. Brother, I meet you there because obviously, but you gotta keep it PG. Deleted. That word is very. But I know, bro. I know, brother, about that. You know, but you have to keep it coded, please. You know, these words deleted. You know, but I know about that, Jughead. I know about that, bro. Yeah. And it's obviously that's sad as well. And that's not right. But bro, it's just insane, bro. So Big BN says here, nah, America is the #1 place for black men. Even I, as a Nigerian, know this. I thought that too. You know, I really thought that too. I thought, you know, many years, Black America. Obviously, America is the top economy in the world. There's 50 million Black Americans there. So I was thinking that that got to be the black hub for black people. No, it isn't, bro. America is not the #1 place for black men. Do you disagree there, Javion, or agree?
Oh, wait, sorry, I want to chime in. So I want to say like one thing. It's the #1 place for black men to work, to make money, but not to live. And that's where I think that a lot of people get it wrong. Like, if you can get a degree in America and you can show that you have skills and you can get a good job, that money is great. But living is like totally different. So that's what I would say about that.
But I agree to an extent. I definitely do. The money there is great in America, especially in the right career field. But from a social aspect, right? From an aspect of quality of life, being respected, you know, dating wise, getting women, having power, America is not #1 for black men. I say Africa is, if you want that kind of life, if you want some sort of power, being around your own people, I say somewhere in Africa would be the number one spot. Now I know Africa is messed up economically, but socially, if you want a black woman, you can get in Africa, right? If you want a submissive, feminine, down to earth black woman that gonna love you for you, you want that from an African or Caribbean chick. You don't want that from a Black American chick. I'm keeping it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. So we ain't number one for brothers. Let me some random guy in the background. Give me a thumbs up, bro. You good? You got your camera on? Is that okay? Or do you want to turn it off? It's up to you, brother. Give me a thumbs up, brother, if you want the camera on. Thumbs up, is that good? Thumbs up? Or you want the camera off? Turn your camera off, brother. Okay, thank you. Let me bring in some random guy in the background. What's up, brother? You good?
I am good. How about yourself, sir?
I'm having a great time, brother, discussing this issue with you, brothers, man. Thank you, brother. I'm good as well. By the way, bro.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say hello to all the gentlemen out there. How you guys doing? How you brothers doing? All right, that's what's up.
Hey, what up?
Yeah, I've been listening. Hey, how you doing? All right. Yeah, so I'm over here in Detroit, and when you talk about Philly, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? Detroit, and I was raised here. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but I was raised here in Detroit ever since I was 5 years old. The mentality here in Detroit is like you were saying, everything but the girl. You can get your education here, you can get your money here, invest all this other stuff. But as far as the women, our women here, it's really really bad, man. Tattoos, what else? Out of shape and all the rest of it to go with it, though, man. It's the mentality here is really really bad, man. Here in Detroit, this ain't the place that you want, man. You don't want. Don't come here, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, IP. Don't come here. Don't come to Detroit, man. I'm gonna keep it. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? Now I got an older friend. I've been in the military. He told me when I was 14 years old. He said, "Bro, when you get 18, go to Canada, roll out of other places. If you ain't gonna go in the military." And that's what I did, bro. I didn't date here. Ain't no way in the world. I dated other places, especially in Canada. I dated over there. I didn't date in Detroit. And I feel what you brothers are talking about. I mean, I saw your piece IP on New York, man. I was cracking up. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, I mean, you putting down some good stuff. Your assessment was spot on. Gotham City. I'm thinking about the Joker. What's it, the Joker and the Penguin and all of them going to be jumping out? You may as well say that's what the women are, man. Joker and Penguin and all of them. Hey, man, I was like, he's so spot on, man. Bro, you is spot on, man. You guys are all speaking well and fine. I've been rocking with your channel. I don't speak very much, but I listen a lot, you know. So I love what you're doing, man. You teaching the IT, as far as Python and all that, which is great. But I'm gonna say this though, man. Would it come down to the social conditions of the people here in America? Because you're right, you see segregation and all this other kind of stuff, right? And these are failed policies in our country, bro. I mean, I'm gonna say it, man. I wasn't around, but I talked to my grandmother before she passed away a long time ago. In the South, bro, black people owned and had more. We had black bus lines, right? We had movie theaters, right? We had commerce back then as opposed to today. Look what we had then. They always talking about how bad it was a long time ago. Bro, it ain't true. Man, black
You're
people
right,
had
man.
it going on in the South. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it. Go ahead.
You're right, man. Like my peoples, they were hardworking peoples, man, and so they had their own. Pretty much, they had like their own businesses. They had property, land, and still have land to this day. They own cemetery, on family-run cemeteries and stuff. People back then, blacks were helping one another. We had mutual aid organizations that were training black men and women and go into the medical field by black doctors, and you had people that had class. That was the most important thing, class. And now we have people that are crass and just unruly. So when you see, if you get a chance to see some, they'll interview like a older black woman, you know, from the greatest generation, and they'll just say, yeah, like she doesn't recognize her own people today. Like we have fell off within just what in like not even too long before the 70s, in the 60s, when they started this whole, you know, crap. That's when it started to fall off. But we were not always like that. I mean, even where I'm from in the South, we had black governors. I mean, where I'm from in Louisiana, you know, the blacks in that particular part of the South had money. I mean, I'm talking like they were of the wealth class. But you know, like you said, once the generational wealth starts to fall off, you got to start from square one. And it starts with us as brothers, you know.
Yeah, you're
Facts.
absolutely, yeah, you're fact exactly. You're absolutely right. And I will say this though too. 1965, the Great Society, right? Lyndon B. Johnson, right? He implemented a program called welfare. It was supposed to be bridging the gap between the poor and the rich. It was called the Poor People's Movement, along with King, but it was under Lyndon B. Johnson. When they implemented welfare, right? After 65, welfare was implemented. 64 was the civil rights, right? It went down here. We was married over 80% rate. You know what I'm saying? We were more, actually, we were married back in those days far more than whites. So how did we go from over 80% down to less than 30% right now? And the numbers are still falling with black marriages, right? So that's the question there. But we know because of the failed policies that was implemented. And on the left, that's what ended up happening, you know. It came from the left, and this is where we are today. One other thing you mentioned too, and I did this though, IP. I'm one of the other brothers to do this as well. When you get a chance, go on. When you do go to Google, type in how black families look. I'm talking about in my grandmother's generation. Some of you guys, it could be your great grandmother, right? Because I'm a little older. Go in there and type in on Google, right? And I did this, man. 1920s, 30s, and 40s, 50s. They were class, style, dressed by themselves. Like you said, I got family in the South too, Alabama, Troy, Phoenix City, and all the rest of them. You go over there and type in on Google, and you'll see how they dress. 60s it started changing. They went from the long skirts to the short skirts. So the 60s, it started. Then they were wearing pants in the 70s, right? But you didn't see women in those in my grandmother's era and them. They didn't wear no pants. They were always wearing dress. They were stylish in class. You didn't see these tattoos, tatted up, thought it up. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. You didn't see that. You know, you didn't see that. So, and I pulled it up recently, man. I said, man, look at these sisters, and they were beautiful. They put that little perm in their hair, but they wasn't walking around with no weave. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't walking around with what we're seeing today. That's not, no, man. I let somebody else talk, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So that's why I left the so-called black community when I was 18, bro.
Yeah,
Damn.
you're right
Go on,
about
bro.
that. We're talking about the pictures. I looked at the pictures of even my grandparents, my parents when they were kids, man, and you could see them all smiling with their teeth out. Like today, you could barely see black people smile with their teeth out. American blacks,
No,
like
hold on, brother. Brother, I agree with you. Today, hardly brothers got teeth, man. Homeless black dudes walking around with no teeth, bro. So we went from having no teeth. So we went from having teeth to no teeth, brother. In 5 decades, what's going on, bro? The man of homeless black men with no teeth, bugging out on the street, right, shaking on the street on the floor, brother. Listen. It was a surreal moment when I saw that black man just shaking on the floor, bro. And everyone's walking past, and it was only me that stopped to look back. Yo, is he good? I'm looking like, is he good? And no one cared, bro. How we go to that, brother? How did it get to that point for black men in America, brothers? How? No. Let's right now. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Brothers shaking on the streets. Brothers bugging out. How did it get to that point, bruv? How? That's been on my mind, bro. That right there, brother. left a mental scar on my brain, bro. Seeing that, brother, just shake on the street, brother. What is going on in this goddamn world, bro? What's
Yeah.
really going on?
RP, as a brother from Detroit was saying, great city, Joe Louis Thomas Hearns, man, great city, brother. Yeah, when my black man forced out of home, that's when it started, I think, in America, when it started us the black man. When it was separated from the family in the late 60s, which is by design, that's when the black man was started to be more disrespected, in my opinion, in the US. When it forced out the home,
I want to bring it.
with food stamps, and gradually we've been, I said, our brothers in America who built America. That's all our black men. Black America built America. Black men in America are the spine of America. They're the soul of
Of course,
America.
I
Black men
agree.
built America, not black people. Black men built America. Let's keep
That's
it real.
facts. Black men built America. I don't care what anyone says. Black American men built America. So I'm angry when I'm seeing Black American men not do well in 2025 in their own country. And I'm not even American, but I feel some type of way. Because it's that love and connection that if you're black, I want to see you do well. I don't care if you're African, Caribbean, Canadian, UK, German, American. If you're a black brother, I'm rooting for you, bro. So, like, trust me, I'm not happy with the American trip, at all. Seeing you know, how black men are living out there. I'm not saying all, right, are living that bad. The amount are living terrible lives. I want to bring in Chad. Chad, can you turn your camera on in the background? So I know you're not a troll. You can turn your camera off after I verify you. Okay. You're in the background right now. You're not on the panel, but can you turn your Yep, you are confirmed. Thank you, Chad. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Chad in the background. Okay. What's going on, brother? You good? Okay, he dropped off. He'll be back in a minute. Be back. Crazy stream so far. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I'm not here to lie to you, brother. I'm gonna tell you the truth all the way through. Did you want to say something, Javion? T-Mac?
Or what do you want to talk about?
Oh, so I thought you unmuted yourself. So I thought someone unmuted yourself to speak. Apologies, but did you want to say anything at all? Or are you good?
I'm good, but if you have any questions, I can try to answer from like my perspective.
So, Bobby, you're a Philly dude, right? Okay. So I want to know, right?
Oh no, I'm a New York dude. But...
Okay, New York, right? Let's run it back. Okay. So, brother, again, I had a total time in New York, right? But between New York and Philly, which is worse in your opinion? I think Philly is a lot worse, but you may think differently. And tell me why you think that way. Javion.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, New York is just better. Like, in terms of like, if you wanted somewhere to live in America, yeah, I would choose New York over Philly, like 10 times out of 10 for sure. But I don't know. Like, there's certain things about Philly that are like, you know, just about Philly. Like, I would say that the Black American like men, like families and like wealth is like way better in Philadelphia than it is in the New York metro. Like, there's more Black families that own like property and stuff like in Philadelphia than there is in like New York. So I don't know. There's like there's ups and there's ups and downs. And though, yeah, I would also say that don't believe the myth that all Black Americans are poor, because there are some Black Americans that are balling out and they got a lot of money and a lot of land. So yeah, it's like in America, like there's a V. There's the haves and the have-nots. And the have-nots really like you really see it because there's no safety nets, especially if you're a Black man.
Facts, man. No one coming to save you, no one coming to hug you, no one coming to embrace you. The life of a Black man, right? Let me bring in this random guy in the background. You confirm, brother. Chad as well, you confirm. I'm bringing you in as well. I'll bring you in first, random guy.
Okay.
I'll bring in Chad as well.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Let me bring in Chad in the background. So, Chad, what's up, bro? You good?
How are you? Do you remember or do you recall the conversation which we had not too long ago?
I definitely did, man. I definitely
Okay,
did,
how are you?
bro.
I got cut off that night. I wanted to apologize for that.
No worries, man. Welcome back again to Chad. I want to hear your
Blessings.
perspective. Do you
Well, I
agree with what I'm
agree
saying?
with what the gentleman who was speaking just now in terms of there are have and there are have-nots. But he's right. There are, we have a great number of people out here, persons of color, black men and women, who do have substantial amounts of money in the bank. Yet still, it takes a lot more than money, right? It takes mental wealth in order to bring yourself out of the conundrum that so many are in. And in terms of the black family, until we change, I shouldn't say we, but until our people change the culture and realize that we should not denigrate women of color, then maybe things can change. When men stay with their families, when they stay with their wives, when the wives stay with their husbands, then maybe things can change.
So, brother,
Yeah.
you see, you're blaming the black family again, and not the systems, not
No,
the
no, I'm not
institutional.
blaming. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. What I'm saying to you is we have to do better. I don't believe in blame. I believe in accountability. And this is what I said to you last time. It's not about blame. It's about accountability. Big difference.
I understand what you're saying, T'Challa. It's like we have to operate as a unit.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
Thank
Period.
you. I love you, brother. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. And
Because
this is
like
I'm sorry.
I was just wanting to say because my parents, mom and dad, they were an anomaly amongst their own my uncles and aunts because number one, they knew that if they had children, they make them, they take them, and meaning when they would always the mommy's going somewhere, we with dad. That's when we with mom, and we all went together as a unit. We weren't dropped off to someone's house. We left together. We went together. We went on trips together as children. And so it does. We have to take ownership, as you said, take ownership of what we do. Take accountability and work. And our strength is in our numbers. And so I gotta definitely I'm definitely with you 1,000%. We gotta raise the bar.
Right. And I was going to say something too. Is that Brother Nelson? That voice I hear? Is that Nelson?
I think
The
Chad,
guy
you
that
mean?
spoke. Oh, it's Chad. Okay, okay. I know it was another brother that was speaking too on your live the last time when you were in New York. But yeah, it's all good though. What I was just gonna say,
Yeah, that's
excuse
me.
me. What I
That's me. It
Okay,
was
okay,
me.
that's you.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
got you. Okay, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. Blessings to you, my brother. Blessings to you.
Re- Oh yeah, same to you. I understand exactly where you're coming from when you say accountability and responsibility. I preach this a lot myself to like my nephew and all the rest of them, right? It does start with accountability and responsibility. But I always, my thing is, I'm going to use a reference point, and I always look back in the South. A lot of our family that were born here in America, if we were to look in the 1950s on back, everything you're saying, my brother, I mean, we even had the great Frederick Douglass. We had Booker T. Washington. We
That's
had
right.
historical black colleges, and 109 of them, right? Spelman and all the rest of them, right? I mean, we look at Morehouse. We had black
Tuskegee.
excellence back then, right?
Yep.
Tuskegee, which is my family is in that area as well. But we had black excellence, man, regards to that. So, and it goes to what you were saying about the accountability and responsibility. Plus, the black man does not control his image. And that
That's
is
right.
the see,
That's right.
right? And that's what we have to deal with. It's going to be like in steps right now. If we can get together and figure out our image as black men, then from there we can go into the other stuff. Look at it right now. 70% of black women that is unwed with children with other different baby daddies.
Right.
We can't even touch on that. Even with the typical of them, they're doing better, appear to be doing better than us. And I say appear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
our image, and IP, you always stressed on this, I'm always proud of all you brothers. You styling, you stepping out, intelligent black men, IT, all this other stuff. you're raising the bar. All of you are speaking, and I listen to you guys, and this is what we have to get the other brothers on board when they can start seeing, reach one, teach one, and we start going. It's like a train, and once we start picking up momentum and start going, but that's what we need to do. We have to be mindful as well of how we interact with us as brothers, right? We don't need to, if we have a disagreement, we can still say, hey, I disagree, but I still got love for you, for each other though. And ultimately we have to start practicing that way. None of us walked away out of this room feeling salty. And I'll land my plane right here.
I want to say, in terms of what you said, which I think you spoke about it so profoundly, about image, because image dictates our imagination, and our imagination dictates our future. So without our image being constructed in a positive and uplifting light, our imagination will always deteriorate. Henceforth, many of us end up in such a destructive situation in life, and this deteriorates the family nucleus.
No, I definitely agree. Image is definitely important. On that point there, brothers, let's move over to on Twitch. If you're on the panel, you're still here, it's fine. But everyone else, we're moving on to Twitch. I'll give you brothers 2 to 3 minutes. The Twitch link is in the live stream chat. We're going to do an after party on Twitch. There'll be a bit more open discussions there. So everyone hop onto Twitch. The link is in the live stream chat. Create your account on Twitch, and we're going to be there in the next 2 to 3 minutes on Twitch. I'll end the streams on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and Kick, and we'll be only on Twitch streaming on there. Okay, so hop on Twitch in 2 minutes time, and we're gonna see you there. All right. No,
we need to switch over too, or will we go over there automatically?
No, you're fine, but just stay on the panel.
Okay.
You go switch, bro. But you'll definitely find image, right, is a very, very important thing that we lack as well. So, for example, right, Chad and brothers, right. So, Korean media is taking over America and the world, right? And we're seeing the status of Korean men become even more higher and elevated. They have an image of being gentlemen, of having wealth, etc., etc., and it's helping them get women, opportunities, etc., etc. However, our image, right, is rap music, sagging pants, saying the N-word here and there. It's not a good look, bro.
And this is what I was saying to you last time when you were so adamant about we're powerless, in which I'm going to retort and reiterate what you said specifically was we are powerless. And I fundamentally and inherently and intuitively disagree with such a comment, because we're not. For the simple fact that we're all here conversing and looking to be a representation of what's right in this world, we're not powerless. And I think that is something that, if I may, you really have to move from your frame of mind. You can't say those things because it's not true.
I'm gonna have to definitely piggyback on that, because it's definitely an internal conflict. I mean, we have to get our minds checked right, even before you go somewhere else, go out the country, because your perception, when it's so externalized, we forget about our internal condition. I mentor other brothers in tech, and one of the things I see off the block is there's a lack of separating, tearing someone down, like roasting them, versus you're bringing them up, but you're giving constructive criticism. And I've noticed that some brothers, they get very emotional when you're trying to give constructive feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only out of love for them to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And you're persistent with that, you're going to have a separation of the shaft. You can do all that you can to help men, but there's always going to be some people that you're not going to get to, no matter how hard you try, no matter how persistent you are. And so we have to raise the bar.
Yeah, you go on, bro. Before you come in, right? Let me just end the streams now. So everyone, if you're on YouTube, I'll see you on Twitch. I'm going to end the stream on Facebook. Facebook people, we are now going to be on Twitch. So I'm going to end the stream on Facebook. Thank you for watching on Facebook. If you are on Kick, again, I will see you on Twitch if you're on Kick. Okay, thank you very much. If you are on, let's say, Rumble people, I will see you on Twitch. And if you're on YouTube people, hop on the Twitch link in the live stream chat, and I'll see you on Twitch. Right. So now